right, let's get right into it. Shalom, shalom. Right, as you see, the title is what it said. Time is at hand. So we're just gonna get right to the scriptures. Go right into it. Let's go to Let's give our praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Shah. Double honor to the apostle, brother, the great music. Shalom to the host for the elect. Shalom. So it's gonna get right into it. I ain't had to get it came too quick here, but it's all right. So I'm gonna get this. All right, give me a minute. While that's taking time, we'll open it up. Let me go ahead. Go to Scripture Joel. Chapter 2, verse 1. No, Joel 1, verse 15. Get that, yeah. Now go to Isaiah. Chapter hold on, let me see what it says. Yeah, Isaiah. Chapter 9, verse 5. Okay, let's move on. All right, Isaiah 9, verse 5. It said, it said, for every battle of the world is with confusion noise and garment rolled in blood, but this should be with burning and fury of fire, right? Burning fury of fire. We again Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5. For every battle of the world is with confusion noise and garment rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fury of fire. All right, let's move on. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 34. Isaiah 34, verse 2. But the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all the armies. He had only destroyed them, he had delivered them to the slaughter. Right? He had delivered them to the slaughter. Again, Isaiah 34, verse 2. But the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all the army. And he had only destroyed them, he had delivered them to the slaughter. Verse 8. For it's the day of the Lord vengeance and the year of recompense for the congregation of Zion, right? Congregation of Zion. Isaiah 47, verse verse 1. Isaiah 47, verse 1. It said, come down and set in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Set on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldean. For they shall no more be called tender and delicate, right? No more be called tender and delicate. Verse 2. The millstone shall the mills. Take the millstone and grind meal, and cover thy locks. Make bare thy lid, uncover thy thighs, and pass over the river. Verse 3, the naked should be uncovered, yet the shame should be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. Verse 4, as for my Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, Holy One of Israel. All right. We get again Isaiah 47, verse 4. As for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Isaiah 55, verse 6. It says, seek ye the Lord while he may be found, and call upon him while he is near. Let the wicked forsake his ways, and the righteous man his thoughts. Let him return to the Lord, for he will have mercy upon him, to a power, for he will abundant in pardon. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. For as the heaven are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. So right, Isaiah 55 and 6 again, it says, seek you the Lord while he may be found, and call upon him while he is near, right? Call upon him while he is near. That should be Isaiah. Let's go to Jeremiah. Chapter 50. Or was it 51? Yeah, Jeremiah 51, Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 3. For out of the north there came up a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate, and none to dwell therein. They shall remove, they shall depart, both man and beast, right? Man and beast. I read it again. Isaiah, that's like you said, Isaiah. Jeremiah 50, verse 3. For out of the north there came up a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. They shall remove, they shall depart, both man and beast. And those things, though there in that time, said the Lord, the children of Israel shall come. Well, let me see. No, that's not. Let's move on. Yes, yeah. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 22. Sound of battle. It is the land of destruction. No, great destruction. Read again. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 22. A sound of battle is in the land a great destruction. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broke? How is Babylon become a desolate among the nations? Right, among the nations, I had laid a snare for thee, and I also take old Babylon, that have walked not aware, that are found and also caught, because they had string, string against the Lord. I always say that like for a minute. Let me see. Strap.
Strive.
Yeah, strap. Let's read that again. Um, Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 24. I had laid a snare for thee, and there I also take, O Babylon, and there was not aware that I found and also caught, because they had strived against the Lord. Verse 25, the Lord had opened his army, he had brought forth the weapon of his indignation, for this is the works of the Lord Yahweh of hosts in the land of the Chaldean. Come against her from among borders, open her storehouses, and cast her up as heap, and destroy her, let not of her be left. Slang all her bullocks, let them go down to the slaughter. Woe unto them, for the day is coming, the time of thy visit. We get again, Jeremiah 50, verse 27. Slang all her bullocks, let them go down to the slaughter. Woe unto them, for their day is coming, the time of thy visit. Verse 28, the voice of them that flee, escape out of the land of Babylon, to declare in Zion the vengeance of the Lord your power, the vengeance of his temple. Call together the arch against Babylon, yet that bend the bow camp against it round about, let not therefore thereof escape. Recompense her according to her works, according to all that she hath done unto her, for she had been proud. She had been proud against the Lord, against the Holy One of Israel. Right? Holy One of Israel. Verse 30, therefore should her young man fall in the street, and all men of war shall be cut off in that day, said the Lord. Behold, I'm against thee, O thou most proud, said the Lord power of hosts, for the day is coming, the time that I would visit thee. Right? Verse 34, thy Redeemer is strong, the Lord of hosts is his name. He shall through the pleasure that calls that he may give rest to the land and disquiet the inhabit of Babylon. Jeremiah 51, verse 1. Jeremiah 51, verse 1. It said, thou said the Lord, behold, I will raise up Babylon, and against them that dwell in the midst of thee, raise up against me a destroying wind, right? Destroying wind. As we get again, Jeremiah 51, verse 1, thou said the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against thee that dwell in the midst of thee, that I will raise up against me a destroying wind. I will send unto Babylon fans that shall fan her and shall empty her land. For it is the day of the Lord trouble. They should be against her round about. Jeremiah 51, verse 7. Babylon had been and gold the cup in the Lord's hand, and made all the earth drunken. The nations had drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad, right? The nations are mad. Jeremiah 51, verse 7. Babylon had been and gold the cup in the Lord's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. Babylon suddenly fallen and destroyed. Holler for her, take blame for her pain, for so be she may be healed. Verse 9, we will not heal Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go, everyone to his own country, for her judgment is reached unto the heaven, and is lifted up even to the sky. Right, even to the sky. Yeah. All right, move on. Go to Joel chapter 1, verse 15. Joel chapter 1, verse 15. Alas, for the day of the Lord is at hand, as the destruction from the Almighty shall it come. Right, shall it come. Joel chapter 1, verse 15. Alas, for the day of the Lord. Hold on, let me get again. Joel chapter 1, verse 15. Alas, for the day of the Lord is at hand, and the destruction from the Almighty shall it come. Right, shall it come. Joel chapter 2, verse 1. Joel chapter 2, verse 1. It said, blow your trumpet in Zion, and sound a alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord come forth is not at hand. A day of darkness and gloomy, a day of cloud and of thick darkness. And as the morning spread upon the mount, a great people and strong that have not been even there like another should be any more after it, even to the year of many generations. A fire divided before them, and behold, no behind them, a flame burning. The land is as Garden of Eve before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness, yet not should escape them. Yet again, Joel chapter 2, verse 3, a fire devoured before them, and behind them a flame burned. The land is as as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness, yes, not should escape them, right? Not should escape. Joel chapter 2, Joel chapter 2, verse 9, they shall run to fro to the city, they shall run upon the wall, they shall climb up upon the house, they shall enter the widow like a thief. The earth shall quake before them, the heaven shall tremble, the sun and moon shall be darkness, and the stars shall withdraw thy shine. The Lord shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great, for he is strong to execute his word. For the day of the Lord is great and very terrible, and who can abide it? Right? Who can abide it? All right. Let's go to Amos. Um, Amos 5:4. Amos 5:4. For thou said the Lord to the house of Israel, seek me, and you shall live. Right? Seek him, and you shall live. Amos 5:18 again. No, 18. No, 18. Yeah. Amos 5:18. It say, woe unto them that desire to live the Lord, to what ends for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light, right? It said the day of the Lord is darkness and not light. As in verse 20, should not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very darkness and no bright in it, right, man? Amos 5:18 again, it say, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord, to what ends for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. Amos 5:4 again, it said, for thou said the Lord unto the house of Israel, seek me and you shall live. Right? Seek him and you shall live, man. All right, move on. Let's go to Zephaniah chapter 1. Right, Zephaniah chapter 1, verse verse 14. It says that the great day of the Lord is near. It is near. Haste greater even. The voice of the Lord, the mighty man shall cry. Bitter, right? The mighty man shall cry bitter. Verse 15, the day of the Lord, no, like the day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasted and desolate, a day of darkness and gloomy, a day of cloud and thick darkness, a day of trouble and alarm against the fair city, against the high tower. And I will bring stress upon man that they should walk like blind men, right? They should walk like blind men because they had sinned against the Lord, and their blood should be pouring out as it does, and their flesh as it does. Verse 18, another that said, nor they go should be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord wrath, but the whole land should be devoured hold on. The whole land should be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, for he shall make even a speedy winter of all them that dwell in the land, right? All them that dwell in the land. All right, what else? Let's get a couple more probably I need. Um, let's go to Isaiah. Let's see, try to get it together. Okay. Yeah. No, nope, I had it right. We go to Second Peter. Don't get that. Second Peter chapter 3, verse Second Peter 3, verse 9. It said, the Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slack, but long suffereth to us were not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance, right? But that all should come to repentance. Verse 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, which the heavens shall pass away with great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up, right? Shall be burnt up, man. Move along. So, First Peter 4 verse 17. No, First Peter 4 verse 7. Yeah, I think that, yeah. First Peter 4 verse 17. But the end of all things is at hand. Be you therefore sober and watch unto prayer. Right? Watch unto prayer. First Peter 4 verse 7 again. It said, but the end of all things is at hand. Be you therefore sober and watch unto prayer. Right? Watch unto prayer. So let's go right to the video. Excuse me, this thing. Come on, man. Yeah, this laptop. Yeah, it's running kind of slow right now.
procedure in accordance with the law on the citizenship of the Russian Federation. The United States is giving Kiev coordinates for attacks on Russia. A member of the Russian hacker group Reddit, he spoke on the condition of anonymity to Russian media that he said the U.S. intelligence agencies are supplying the Ukrainians with radar data, as well as satellite imagery, including that of Russian territory, which is then attacks with rockets and artillery. Recall that on the night of July 3rd, Ukrainian troops attacked Belgorod with 3 Tocha-U missiles with cluster warheads. Russian air defense systems destroyed all 3 missiles in midair, but fragments of one of the missiles fell on a residential building. According to the investigative committee of the Russian Federation, 3 people were killed and 2 are missing, including a child. So let me go back and show you what we're actually talking about here. We know for sure that the U.S. intelligence services are supplying the Ukrainian intelligence services with satellite images, radar data, including satellite images of Russian territory where Ukrainian missiles and shells are actually reaching. The fact that the radar systems work in the interest of the Ukrainian intelligence service, we also see this, said the hacker of Reddit. According to him, in order to carry out such strikes, one must have accurate information, the location to the targets to which they are delivered. So this is breaking news, folks, that Russia, it does look like that Vladimir Putin is about to convene an emergency session of the State Duma to discuss all these issues and possibly declare full war against Ukraine. Now, what this means is once they do this, then any nation, whether it be the United States or NATO countries like Poland, France, Germany, any nation can become a target then of Russian missiles once Russia declares full war on Ukraine. Right now, the war in Ukraine is classified as a special military operation, not a war against the Ukrainian people. But the United States has delivered Ukraine 12 of the HIMARS long-range rocket systems. And our CIA and military intelligence is giving Ukraine the intelligence and the coordinates where to attack Russian convoys and ammo dumps. And it does look like that Putin is about to pull the trigger. He's about to shut all that down, folks. If this happens on July 15th, in about 4 days, if full war is declared against Ukraine, then the United States becomes a target. Poland becomes a target. Germany, France, United Kingdom, and any other NATO base that is supplying Ukraine with weapons to kill Russian soldiers. Then this becomes World War III, like we've been telling you for 6 months. World War III has already started, folks, but the real battle has not begun yet. Putin warned the world about a week ago that they have yet begun to really fight this war. They're only using a small percentage of their military. Folks, Russia's got 1 million member military and about 2 million reserves that they can call up in a time of full-scale war. And like I said about a week ago, Putin has now activated his entire country for a war footing mobilization, where the factories are going to be working 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, holidays. No one's getting off of work. They're going to be working 3 shifts around the clock. So they're getting ready. They're getting ready to unleash hell on Ukraine. And if we keep supplying weapons, maybe on our soil, folks, maybe this is why that New York City has put out a public service announcement showing what to do in case of a nuclear attack. And I want to go there, folks. Let me get it on the screen. I want to show you this video for you guys that did not watch it. This came out about 5 about 5 hours ago. This is a public service announcement from New York City. And let me get this on the screen right now. I want to show you this this breaking news. A lot of you guys that are tuning in right now did not get a chance to see this, but we posted this a few hours ago. But the alert actually came out about 5 hours ago. So I'm going to mute my mic, and I want you to watch this, folks, because they are getting ready to do something. I do believe if there is an attack against New York City, I believe it's going to be a false flag attack. Russia is not just going to nuke one of our cities, folks. They're not going to do it. If Russia attacks our country, they'll do it with an EMP, knocking out electricity across the whole nation, and then they're going to hit all the military targets, take out our NATO satellites, and hit NATO bases in Europe. They're going to do it all at once. They're not just going to hit one city. But if something happens, we're probably going to do it so we can declare war on Russia and get into the fight, folks. This has all been planned. So let's go ahead and watch this public service announcement.
So there's been a nuclear attack. Don't ask me how or why, just know that the big one has hit, okay? So what do? There are 3 important steps that I want you to remember. Step 1, get inside fast. You, your friends, your family, get inside. And no, staying in the car is not an option. You need to get into a building and move away from the windows. Step 2, stay inside. Shut all doors and windows. Have a basement? Head there. If you don't have one, get as far into the middle of the building as possible. If you were outside after the blast, get clean immediately. Remove and bag all outer clothing to keep radioactive dust or ash away.
But yeah, that's all. But you see, so hey, see, man, discerning the signs of the time. Let's get one more scripture to close out. Let's go to Isaiah 55, verse 11. Close out with that. I might go back to it. Let me see some. Yeah, let me get the rest out. Hold on, let me see something right quick. Messing with the stuff. Need to. No. Okay, forget about it. Let's move on. Let's go to Isaiah. Yeah. Isaiah 55, verse 11. Isaiah 55, verse 11. It says, so shall my words be that going forth out of my mouth, it shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall purpose in the things which I sent it. Right? We again, Isaiah 55, verse 11. So shall my words be that going forth out of my mouth, it shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall purpose in the things which I sent it. Right? So as you see, man, yeah. Let's move on. So you see, hey, the time is at hand. So I'm gonna close out right there. So hey, give our praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Abashar, double honor to the apostle brother and elders of the great millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom.